Over the course of history, we, human beings, have always been trying to animate objects and give them human-like qualities. Like from making dolls to making robot, which is artificial intelligence. And you all know, in this era of artificial intelligence, the leading technology is ChatGPT. And the company behind ChatGPT is OpenAI. And today we will talk about the foundation story of this revolutionary, groundbreaking technology and its company OpenAI. But before that, let's find out the history of artificial intelligence. So let's find out the history of artificial intelligence, from where it was all started. Hi guys, my name is Rakesh Sarkar. I am an MBBS student at Raiganj Government Medical College in West Bengal. So let's start the video. There is a proverb in science, and that is, necessity is the mother of all invention. Actually, during the Cold War, the US government and CIA were particularly interested in the instant automatic translation of Russian documents and scientific reports. Because Russian language is not English language, it is different. So the government started supporting machine translation program, which was started in 1954. And Alan Turing was the first person who worked on machine intelligence. In 1956, John McCarthy coined the term artificial intelligence at Dartmouth Conference. But on that days, computer science was not that advanced. Lack of proper machine learning and deep learning technology, limited database storage capacity, limited network ability. Due to all of these things, all the experiment on AI failed. In 1974, DARPA, Defense Advanced Research Program Agency, became frustrated with the result of speech understanding research. And in 1974, they cut down all the financial and academic support for AI growth. As a result, funding dried up and AI bubble burst. And that was first winter of AI, which was started in 1974 to 1980. After first winter of AI, growth of AI system was again started. But in between 1987 to 1995, AI bubble again burst. A lot of companies failed, and the perception was that the technology is not simply viable. After all of these things, still the research on AI was going on. And in 1997, IBM supercomputer Deep Blue beat the world chess champion Garry Kasparov, and that was a big success. In between 1997 to 2005, explosion of data, more faster and cheaper computer, more advanced algorithm, more advanced machine learning and neural network technology opens the gate for revolution of AI system. And in between 2005 to 2015, companies like Google, Apple, Amazon started investing heavily on AI. And you can see the result, like development of some innovative apps, for example, Siri of Apple, Alexa of Amazon, Google Assistant, etc. So AI was growing rapidly, and people were worried about the direction it was heading. Basically, on that time, there was a lack of proper AI system which could benefit the society, benefit the human being without harming. And that was a big opportunity for entrepreneurs. And by realizing this opportunity, some big tech leaders, some big entrepreneurs like Elon Musk, Jessica Livingstone, Greg Brockman, Sam Altman, Ilya Sutskever collaborate in 2015. And to create a safe and beneficial artificial general intelligence, they founded OpenAI. And that is where the history of ChatGPT began. So OpenAI was founded in 2015 at San Francisco with an initial funding of $1 billion. But according to the report, the actual fund was $130 million until 2019. Some of the main members of OpenAI was Ilya Sutskever, currently the chief scientist of OpenAI and also co-founder, and he was former Google expert on machine learning. Greg Brockman, who is former chairman of OpenAI. Elon Musk, who was initially on the board but later left, and we will talk about this later. Sam Altman, who is currently the CEO of OpenAI, and he is also former president of Y Combinator. Now let's talk about the journey of OpenAI. Now, creating a company or creating a big foundation is not enough. You have to run it, and for that you have to make new product, and for that you need some best employee, some best scientist. And to solve that problem, the former chairman of OpenAI, Greg Brockman, came forward. He met with Yeshua Bengio, who is one of the founding fathers of deep learning, and with the help of him he found out the best scientists of OpenAI, and he hired 9 of them. Now there was a second problem, and that is, as OpenAI was a new company and their fund was not that much, the salary of the scientists were not comparable to those who were in big tech companies like Google, Amazon, Facebook. But the amazing fact is that the scientists were still agreed to stay at OpenAI, mainly due to 2 reasons. Number 1, their strong group of leaders, and number 2, their highly ambitious and futuristic mission. Even in 2016, NVIDIA, which is one of the largest software-based company, gifted its supercomputer to OpenAI to help the company to train more larger and complex data. In 2016, OpenAI released a software platform called Universe. In 2017, they spent $7.9 million on cloud computing and $442 million on DeepMind. But all these things are not enough, and the company was lacking enough computing power. So in the summer of 2018, OpenAI rent 128,000 CPUs and 256 GPUs from Google for a couple of weeks. Now let's talk about the conflict. During all of these things, when the company was growing, conflict between board members was started, and which is probably common in some big foundations. Actually, according to the report, Elon Musk noticed that the company OpenAI was lagging behind other companies in AI research and development, and he told it to the board. He also proposed an idea that he want to take control of OpenAI and want to run it as a CEO by himself. But the board denied Elon Musk's proposal, and in return Elon Musk left OpenAI. Now there is a second reason, and that was conflict of interest. To understand this problem, imagine you have 2 companies, company Alpha and company Beta. Now both of these companies compete with each other for same talent, technology and employee. So what will happen? In the end, you have to support any one of them. Same thing happened with Elon Musk. Actually, in 2018, Elon Musk was CEO of Tesla, and still he is the CEO of Tesla. And on that time, Tesla was developing its own AI system for its autonomous driving project. And for that purpose, Tesla had already tried to hire some of the best scientists of OpenAI. For one example, Andrej Karpathy, who was one of the best scientists of OpenAI, later became the architect of Tesla's autonomous driving project. So due to all of these things, Elon Musk left OpenAI. After leaving Musk, the company was dealing with 2 problems. Number 1, the company was lacking fund because Musk was one of the biggest funder at OpenAI. And number 2, initially OpenAI was a non-profit company, but later by seeing the growth and demand from public, they realized the importance of monetization, and they took a smart decision. They transit from non-profit model to for-profit model. Actually, they started capped profit model, and according to the board, that capped profit model actually attracted more investors to invest at OpenAI. After that, one of the major things happens in the summer of 2019, and which has probably changed OpenAI a lot. The company distributed its equity with Microsoft and received $1 billion fund. So within 6 months of Musk leaving, Microsoft invested in OpenAI. Now let's talk about models. In between 2016 to 2018, the company OpenAI has released so many models like Gym, OpenAI 5, but The most important one is GPT. GPT, Generative Pre-trained Transformer. GPTs are actually neural networks, machine learning technology inspired by the structure of human brain, and it can perform many functions like questioning, answering, etc. They developed GPT-1 model, which eventually developed to GPT-2 model in 2019, and which was more powerful and got a lot of public attention for its ability to generate human-like text. GPT-2 was released in February of 2019 but was not initially launched to the public due to its potential misuse. The model was finally launched in November of 2019 after reducing all the potential risk. In 2020, the company launched GPT-3, which has 175 billion parameters, whereas GPT-2 had only 1.5 billion parameters. Such a huge difference and development, and the world started acknowledging this groundbreaking technology. In 2021, they also launched DALL-E, which is an image generator. That means it can generate image, it can generate digital image from text. Then comes the November of 2022. The company launched ChatGPT 3.5 based on GPT-3, and within 5 days of its launch, it gains 1 million users, which is second fastest in the history after Thread. And in the March of 2023, they launched ChatGPT 4, which is even more powerful, and currently the company is working on ChatGPT 5. Now let's talk about revenue. Initially, OpenAI was a non-profit company, but later it starts freemium model, freemium, which is free plus premium. That means the company will provide basic features of ChatGPT 3.5 for free, but for additional features, users have to pay, which is premium. For example, ChatGPT 3.5 is free for everyone, but ChatGPT 4 is only for premium members. And now that time, according to the report, the company is generating a revenue of $80 million per month. And in the year of 2023, the company has generated 1.3 billion revenue. So what are the ways that the company is generating billion-dollar revenue within a small period of time? Basically, OpenAI makes money in 3 ways. Number 1, via individual subscription. Number 2, licensing fees. And number 3, via investment gain. Via individual subscription, which I have already told you, like premium model of ChatGPT 4. Now comes second, via licensing fees. Licensing fees, that means the company charges to those who uses its product. For example, DALL-E image generator charges on a unit basis $16 to $20 per 1000 images. In Indian rupees, that is 1300 to 1700 rupees per 1000 image. Number 3, via investment gain. Basically, OpenAI have 2 types of investment. Number 1, individual investment, and number 2, corporate investment. Individual investors like Peter Thiel, who is the co-founder of PayPal, Jessica Livingstone, who is founding partner of Y Combinator. Now for corporate investors, firstly Microsoft, Infosys, Thrive Capital, Khosla Ventures, etc. And in December 2023, Microsoft declared that they will invest more $10 billion in OpenAI. And now by that time, the valuation of OpenAI is over $80 billion.